70 years since this insurgency has been going on, and it seems interminable, so it has to end somewhere. I remember as a young officer operating in the jungles of Manipur. I was a post commander in a place called Lower Laishan, and we were not successful in any of the operations simply because we didn't take the people into account. We didn't talk to them. We were carrying out operations against insurgents who were of these people, but we were not talking to these people. We would not trust them, maybe because we ourselves were new to this kind of game. But I was determined then, as I am determined now, that if I ever came back to some position of responsibility, I would ensure that I would first work towards getting this trust.
If you see the economic structure of Assam, as you come south, the areas get more and more neglected. You will find the poorest in the lowest area, the southernmost area of the Karimganj and Hailakandi districts. Ryangs or the Brus, they stay in the area of the tri-junction of Mizoram, Assam and Tripura.
These are indeed inaccessible areas. You've had to walk about 15-18 kilometers one way, which from the roadhead makes you go about 40 kilometers. Then you've crossed springs through various modes of transport, through boats and through improvised bamboo bridges. Now the point is, for some reason there has been militancy brewing in these areas.
Actually, we are facing this to sell our goods and all. Now we have to carry from this long distance and go. So they're feeling so difficult. And even for like us students, we feel it very difficult for those who don't know how to swim when it is flooded. No, we feel hard to travel. We feel hard to come. It is so risky and scary.
हमारा यहाँ कोई हेल्थ केयर का कोई प्लेस नहीं है, जो अगर बीमार हो गया तो ऐसे पैदल में जाके 2-3 आदमी करके,
मतलब एक बाम्बू लेते हैं तो बांस को और कपड़ा 2 साइड बन के उसमें सोला देते हैं और इधर 2-3 इधर 2-3 ऐसे लाद के ले जाते हैं हम।
तो कई ऐसे होता है बीमार जैसे मलेरिया पीबी या अगर डेंजर हो गया तो आधा रास्ता में मर भी जाता है।
Now lately, in the last, let's say about 10 years or so, they started organizing themselves and they started fighting for their rights. They started projecting what they want from the government. So it became more of a law and order problem than a typical insurgency.
It was not a secessionist movement where they wanted to carve out a separate state, or they never had such kind of demands. The only reason why they had taken up arms was due to non-development issues and because of the remoteness of their villages.
There was a group called Bru Revolutionary Army of the Union and another one called United Democratic Liberation Front. These groups were active, they were into kidnappings, they were into extortions, and their activities were becoming hyper.
हम लोग पेपर फाइट तो बहुत किया है, हमारा ग्रैंडफादर लोग भी बहुत पेपर से फाइट किया है, लेकिन उसमें कोई हमारा रियांग जाति जो सब है हटाने के लिए कोई डेवलपमेंट नहीं आता, इसलिए हम लोग मजबूरी से हथियार उठाना पड़ा।
When their movement became stronger, that is the time when Assam Rifles was deployed there to control them.
We were given the responsibility of this particular area, that is Karimganj and Hailakandi, I being the company commander there. So I was being sent with a mindset that we'll have to clean this place anyhow.
So it was a very well orchestrated effort, very well planned out. It had a operational intelligence dimension to it, and it also had a psychological operations dimension to it. While operationally we were dominating the area and ensuring that the hardcore militants were being segregated from the local populace and they were not being able to carry out any activities.
So the movement of these groups got restricted. They could not do any kidnapping or ransom. So the source of funds dried up. So the leader of this group, Rajesh Chaurki, he sent word that he wants to meet me.
There is always an apprehension in the minds of insurgents whether they will be looked after, whatever the promises are made, whether they'll be fulfilled. So they always look out for people or agencies which they can trust.
So he wanted our help to get something, some sort of development into his area.
हमारे उम्मीद है कि असम राइफल को भी इस हमारे परिस्थिति के बारे में उनको भी काफ़ी जानकारी मिल चुकी है.
अगर हमारा रियांग ट्राइब को काउंसिल मिल गई तो हमारा जो जाति और हमारा ट्राइब के लिए सबके लिए अच्छा होगा.
We managed to get the pulse of the target audience. We identified their conditions, their vulnerabilities, what they were missing out, and we reached out to them.
So we said we'll give you a strong indication that the government is serious about bringing development to your place. So we selected Rifle Mara, which is the remotest village. So we decided we'll have a medical camp. I got the DC and SP of Hailakandi also involved in this.
If you see Rifle Mara, it is too far away from the mainland. If you see example, paracetamol, a 50 paisa cost, if they have got a problem, they have to go far away from 8 to 9 hours they have to walk. And to reach PHC, it will take more. You have to cross the river. You don't know when the boat will be coming and again going. So it depends all about the weather. So coming to this area and doing a medical camp, it is for the benefit of the people who lives here. Sometimes we provide lecture also, what is about malaria and what is HIV, what is lifestyle diseases, and then sometimes we try to teach them about the common sanitary things, so that will decrease the number of common these diseases.
We took a large medical delegation, including a dental chair, and the dentist was a lady officer. She also walked all this, backpacking the medical equipment.
चेकअप भी हुए, मेडिसिन भी वितरित की जाती थी. लोग तो पूरे ये मैदान भर गए थे.
तो राइफल मारा का पूरा उस टाइम में मौजूद था, और गुदगुदी से आया, और दामसरा से आया, और कांचीवाला से भी आया, और बहुत पूरा हैलाकंदी डिस्ट्रिक्ट रियांग का गांव उसमें पूरा था. तो सभी एरिया सोच रहा था कि हमारा देश का रक्षक असम राइफल हम लोग को डेवलप करेंगे.
Previously, before 5-6 years back, I think, if the armies come, Assam Rifle comes, they're scared of all the men in the village. They will be away from their home. This time, I think the relation is good, so people are not fear to come to close with them and speak to them.
শুরু ছোট আমরা ঘরে কোনো ইলেকট্রিসিটি নাই, আর কেউ ঘরে নাই. এই ছোট ছোট ছেলে মেয়ে লেখায় পড়াই, এটা সব আমরা সোলার ল্যাম্প দ্বারাই আমরা কাগজ কলম লিখি পড়াশোনা এটা সব আমরা করতে পারি. আমি আশা করব আমরা সেন্ট্রাল গভর্নমেন্টের একদম আসাম রাইফেল আমার পিতামাতা ওনারা আমরা দুঃখ দুর্দশা দূর করার জন্য উগ্রপন্থীর নাম বাদ দিয়ে আমরা স্বাভাবিক জীবনযাত্রা যাতে ফিরিয়ে আনে, এই বিশ্বাস, এগুলোর বিচার, এগুলোর ন্যায়, ওগুলোর মানে সমস্যা যেন দূর করার জন্য আসাম রাইফেলের উপরে আমরা বিশ্বাস করি, সবাই বিশ্বাস করি, খালি আমি না.
Seeing us do whatever we are doing for the Riangs, even the civil machinery, civil government officials, they are also forthcoming, and they are also rubbing shoulders along with us in providing facilities to the Riangs.
Rather than killing people, if you can apprehend them and send them like 3 months or 6 months of jail, and once they get back, by that time you take care of their family and take care of the village. So once he get back, he'll never pick up a gun. We operate once in a month, but we meet people and village or do something or the other probably 10 days in a month. Right. So that's how probably the trust and faith has come.
Right.
And obviously Assam Rifle, we can't take the surrender, but yeah, we have become a media to get them on board, and I hope that they'll be taken surrender, because that's how we can end an era of all this.
And this is a process, it's a long drawn out process which will take place, but the hearts and minds were the target, and the influence had to be done by reaching out and understanding the specific nature of the problems which they were facing.
So when this indication was given, what happened was the people became aware that the government wants to help them.
इसी प्रकार अगर सरकार के पास हमारा दुख दर्द समस्या पहुंचाते रहे और सरकार थोड़ा सा हम लोग के लिए मदद कर ले और हम लोग भी भले सही रास्ते पर आ सकते हैं.
हमारा जितना फाइल है वो हमारा असम राइफल के सेंट्रल टू स्टेट करके और डिस्ट्रिक्ट का जितना ऑफिसर के साथ मिलके अभी हमारा असम राइफल प्लान ले रहा है. यह होने के बाद में पूरा हथियार सर के लाइन में.
So when this happened, I wrote to the Chief Secretary of Assam, giving the same background, all these, and we should let them, he should take some action in doing it. So he agreed that he will take it through.
Once Brau took the lead and they started negotiating, Udla also came to know. So they also joined the negotiations, and they also were forthcoming in approaching us for surrendering and coming up with the arms.
These are the last groups of insurgents in Assam, in South Assam. So once they surrender, technically there is no insurgency left. And the biggest benefit of that is there are thousands of people unemployed. So when we make roads, we make schools, we make medical facilities, you will have that many able-bodied men working for India, and they are really good, tough people, especially for security force, army, air force, any of these police.
From this particular village, I want at least 10 guys who joined army, and they are meeting me somewhere. Sir, you went to my village, you remember me? This is my passion. I should get as many as people, because they are very purest of pure, the people. They don't have any of the complexity in them.
They are extremely good sportsmen. Agriculture of these places will improve. They'll start producing. So it will be the overall good of everyone, the people themselves and the nation as a whole. And we'll be happy that our brothers are happy.
We at the Assam Rifles take this trust very seriously.